As kayaks, accessories, and electronics have evolved over the years, so has the power required to support those electronics. You want to take full advantage of all the features jammed into your electronics, you need to have adequate power. How much power do you need? Well, that depends on the amp draw. This is a very simple formula. On this boat, I've got a Humminbird Helix 10. It pulls about 3. I've got Mega 360 that pulls about 1 amp, and then a Helix 7 that pulls about 1 amp as well, for a total of 5 amps. Now, if I want to determine how much power I need for a day of fishing, I take that total and multiply it by the hours. So in this case, let's plan on 8 hours. I'm going to need approximately 40 amp hours of power. And thankfully, Dakota Lithium has a battery for that. If you want to figure out what your units draw, all you have to do is consult the Googles and it'll tell you exactly the amp pull that you need to know. As we're talking about powering these units now, the cool thing is as the batteries have evolved, Dakota Lithium has done a great job of condensing the power. So at one point in time, I was using 2 rigged in parallel 23 amp hour batteries to power these electronics for a combined 46 amp hour power source. Dakota Lithium knocked it out of the park when they introduced the 46 amp hour battery. It's actually smaller and lighter than 2 23 amp hour batteries put together. So I'm saving space, I'm saving weight, and I'm adding just enough power to fish throughout the day. And I can tell you with this particular battery, I've been able to fish over 8-9 hours without even a flicker in the screen. So that's pretty important. So as we move back, we're going to talk a little bit about the trolling motor. All right, this particular boat is an Old Town Sportsman 136 autopilot. It comes equipped with a 12-volt, 45-pound thrust trolling motor that we have to power. When I originally set this boat up, it had a lead-acid battery that weighed over 100 pounds that affected the performance. As we move back, we're going to talk about the power. Originally, I swapped the lead-acid battery for a 100 amp hour Dakota Lithium battery, just like this. This is your standard 31 series, and I've upgraded since. This is awesome. This is what I love about this. This is a Dakota Lithium 135 amp hour battery that is 3 pounds lighter and obviously quite a bit smaller. So I'm not only saving space, but I'm saving weight, and that is going to only improve the overall performance of this kayak. So that is a great improvement as well. Footprint has been shrunk yet again. I have one other battery here positioned under the seat down inside the hull. You pull up this little compartment here and I have an additional 18 amp hour Dakota Lithium battery. And it is set up to run power to the heading sensor for the electronics. And I also have a built-in flush mounted rocker switch here that activates interior LEDs, and I've also got navigation lights on the bow and a navigation light on the back. And then finally, I have a YOLO Tech GoPro mount that powers the GoPro when it's plugged in for the entire time it's running. So that's just another way to advance the power reach and to be able to effectively use all the electronics that you have on your kayak so that you can stay running and fish longer. Dakota Lithium has you covered on multiple fronts with a 10 amp hour, 18, 23, 46, 100 and 135 amp hour batteries that are ideal for a kayak, and you can learn a whole lot more at dakotalithium.com.